Going stop till I got jewels like Santana. Rain down like the hurricanes going slam Tampa. I'm so hot, let me give you a taste. I'm like Roberto Alomar, the way I spit in your face.
Welcome back, guys, to another video, another reaction with bars and barbells. I'm Phil.
I'm Sam.
And we like to react to, so far, hip-hop videos. We've done a lot of different artists. We've done Nas, obviously Eminem. We've done Harry Mack.
Some DMX.
We've done a DMX track.
Lil Wayne.
We've done Lil Wayne. We've done MGK. So today, we're going to have a combination of artists.
Nice little remix.
Oh, we did do Kanye too when we did the Eminem Kanye track. But so today we are featuring basically all the artists that we've done already, because we did do a Drake track too. So we're doing Forever today. I'm sure you've got that already from the title. That's probably why you clicked on the video.
Fair enough.
So we're doing Forever. I've heard this song before for sure, but it's been a long time, and I've definitely not dissected it. It was never like really in my rotation too heavy, I would say. It was more like one of those things that was getting played so much at like clubs or like going out somewhere or on the radio, I think, even at the time.
Yeah.
If the radio was still like being used at that point, I can't remember.
If that was even still relevant.
But it was a popular song, so I didn't have it like in my own playlist because it was already being played so much that I was like listening to it whenever.
That's one thing that stands out to me, is hearing it like in the club, like going out somewhere and hearing it.
Yeah. So with that said, I've never really, kind of looked at the bars too heavy. I mean, I've obviously listened to it before, and I don't think it's anything too complex, but it's a nice track, and so it'd be nice to hear this for the first time in a while. I think I'm not sure when this came out. It was maybe 2012, 13.
That's what I was gonna say. I think I was in university, so
yeah. So it's been a while for sure. This is not something that people play anytime recently either.
No, I haven't heard this in a long time.
So anyways, let's get to Forever by Drake, Kanye West, Lil Wayne, and Eminem.
I mean nothing to y'all, understand nothing was done for me, so I don't plan on stopping at all. I want this shit forever, mine, ever mine, ever mine. I'm shutting shit down in the mall and telling that girl she the one for me, and I ain't even planning to call. I want this shit forever, mine, ever mine, ever mine.
I think he was just first getting big.
Last name.
It's what?
That was just when Drake was first starting to get big.
Yeah. I think.
Song.
I mean, I think he obviously had some clout up to this point because he's got all these big names.
Yeah.
On the track.
But I think it was more of like Lil Wayne kind of like putting him on at this point.
Yeah. I mean.
I could be wrong. But
I don't know what, like I said, where this is even from. Do you know what? If it's like an album that
I
this
don't
is
think
off of?
so. I'm pretty sure it's just like a song they did.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but
Well, it must be like a mixtape or something. It's got to be featured on something, right? Because Drake came up off of the mixtape first, right? That's where he became popular, and then dropped his first album, right?
yeah.
And
Comeback Season was his first. No.
what, mixtape?
Yeah. That was like actually like
Could have been.
recognized.
Could have been. Anyways,
yes.
so he blew up off the mixtape first, right? So this was, I think, well after the mixtape, right?
Yeah.
Ever, first name greatest, like a sprained ankle, boy, ain't nothing to play with. Started off local, but thanks to all the haters, I know G4 pilots on a first name basis. In your city, faded off the ground. Nino, she insists she got more class. We know.
In your city, faded off the brown. Nino. So Nino Brown.
Yes.
Paid in full but faded off the brown, obviously, saying he's faded.
Off of a little bit of Henny.
Little nice wordplay there.
Oh, swimming in the money, come and find me. Emo, if I was at the club, I balled. Chemo, drop the mix.
So, bald. Like bald.
Yes. Yeah.
You got it?
Chemotherapy.
Right. Yeah. But
Which
bald
is like,
as in like bald. I'm balling.
Like ball.
Yeah.
Bald.
Yeah.
Nemo, obviously self-explanatory.
Yeah, pretty nice little wordplay in there. If you for a club track too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure. Like a top 4.
Hey, that shit sounded like an album. Who'da thought a country?
Sorry to do the album, rewind it, but drop the mixtape. That shit sounded like an album. So that was just what we were talking about,
Yeah,
right?
how his album got popular, or his mixtape got popular first.
Swimming in the money, come and find me. Nemo, if I was at the club, I balled. Chemo, drop the mixtape, that shit sounded like an album. Who'da thought a countrywide tour be the outcome? Labels want my name beside an X like Malcolm. Everybody got a deal, I did it without one. Yeah, nigga, I'm about my business. Killing all these rappers, you would swear I had a hit list. Everyone who doubted me is asking for forgiveness. If you ain't been a part of it, at least you got to witness. Bitches, it may not mean nothing to y'all. Understand nothing was done for me, so I don't plan on stopping at all. I want this shit forever, mine, ever mine, ever mine. I shut this shit down in the mall.
So, going back listening to that first Drake verse, do you have any thoughts?
I thought it was pretty good, like you said, for like a club track. I think he had some good like bars and stuff in there for it to be, like a little bit of like punchiness in there, but then also be catchy and like something you're gonna listen to.
It's better than I thought it was. Like remembered it being with some of the punches in there. It was definitely better.
I think I also didn't even catch half of those like back then when I was listening to it.
I wasn't paying attention enough.
Yeah.
And then, but it's funny though because we did the reaction to Circo Loco, and I actually think like his verse on Circo Loco was better than his verse on that.
Yeah.
And like it's just ironic though because we've talked about how we feel like Drake isn't dropping, some more of his classic stuff. So it's like weird because I think like he had this progression where he started off, it was kind of like amateur rapish, because he's more like an R&B pop singer, right?
Yeah.
Then he moved into more of like a rapper in his progression, and everybody had like these. He had a lot of sick rhymes on More Life and.
Well, yeah, because I feel like, again, in the beginning, like Take Care was like very like slower, more singing on there. Like he did have some rapping, but it was more like this vibe. Then later on, he got to be more rap.
What was the album with Six God or was
Views.
it the mix?
Views had Six
Views?
God. Yeah, there was also basically Take Care. Nothing Was the Same. If you're reading this, it's too late.
If you're reading this, it's too late. That's what I was about to say.
And then is that an album or a mixtape?
I think it's a mixtape. I think it's a mixtape.
And then Views, and then More Life.
So if you're reading this, it's too late. That's where he had a lot of those.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah,
mixtape.
I really like that too.
Yeah.
So that's where I feel like he had a lot of that, bar heavy stuff in there, and then then it kind of trailed off and feel like it kind of fell off with some of the more recent stuff. And then there was some of that mixed in Circle Loco. So it's just interesting to see kind of the progression, ups and downs, and all that.
Different
Telling that girl she the one for me, and I ain't even planning the call. I want this shit forever, mine, ever mine. Ever Mr. West is in the building. Ain't no question who about the key. I used to have hood dreams, big fame, big change. I stuck my dick inside his life until that bitch came and went all fall like the ball teams, just so I could make it rain all spring. Y'all seen my story, my glory. I had raped the game young. You could call it statutory when a nigga blow up. They gon' build statues from me. Old money, Benjamin Button. Super bad chick.
Like, what did he say? He said, when a person blow up, they gonna build statues for me. Old money, Benjamin Button, what? Nothing. So I think that's like actually a pretty sick line if I'm getting it properly. Because he's saying like build statues for me, like old money, right? Like old wealthy people have statues and stuff like that. But then he's young money, right? Representing young money at the same time. And Benjamin Button was somebody that I think he was really young but looked super old.
Yeah.
Right, so he had like that age. So
Yeah, there's a
okay.
movie about him.
Yeah. So he was young but looked super old. So I think like that's what he's saying. Like, it's old money, young money, young. Benjamin Button.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
He's young but he looks
old.
old.
So I think that's a pretty sick line that I definitely didn't catch the first time that I've heard this. So that's pretty.
Has a lot of layers to it.
Yeah, that's a pretty dope one.
Old money, Benjamin Button. Super bad chicks giving me big love, and you would think I I ran the world like Michelle's husband. You would think these niggas know me when they really doesn't. Like they was down with the old me, no you fucking wasn't. You such a fucking loser. He ain't even go to class, Bueller. Trade the Grammy plaques just to have my granny back. Remember she had that bad hip like a fanny pack. Chasing the star, I'ma turn you to a maniac. All the way in Hollywood and I can't even act. They pull their cameras out and goddamn he snap. I used to want this thing forever, y'all can have it back.
Kanye had some nice lines in there too.
Yeah,
the snap line.
Yeah. Ferris Bueller. Well, Bueller. Referring to Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah. What was the other ones? My memory is not serving me correctly right now. So there was the Bueller one. The McLovin one. Super Bad Chicks, McLovin. There's one other one. Chasing a Stardom will turn you to a maniac all the way in Hollywood and I can't even act. And then the snap line. So I think that was,
Again, right? Like not like anything super in depth or crazy, but a couple little like good ones in there. Like slide them into also. Well, it's catchy for the club kind of track.
Out in the mall, it's on there, girl, she the one for me. And I ain't even planning the call. I want this shit forever mine, ever mine, ever mine. Okay, hello, it's the Martian, Space Jam Jordans. I want this shit forever, wake up and smell the garden. Fresher than the harvest, step up to the target. If I had one guess, then I guess I'm just New Orleans. And I would never stop, like I'm running from the cops. Hopped up in my car and told my chauffeur to the top. Life is such a fucking roller coaster, then it drops. But what should I scream for? This is my theme park. My mind shine even when my thoughts seem dark. Pistol on my side, you don't wanna hear that thing talk. Let the king talk, check the price and pay attention. Lil Wayne, that's what they gotta say or mention. I'm like Nevada in the middle of the summer. I'm resting in the lead, I need a pillow and a cover. My foot sleeping on the gas. No break dance, no such thing as last. It may not mean nothing.
I feel like he has bars in there, but I'm just not seeing it.
Yeah, I feel
Did
like
you
they're
catch
not as
some?
like clear as he talks a lot about like space stuff, being an alien. Like,
Yeah,
has a lot
I've
of
heard him say that before.
references to being like up. Like I think he says like straight up to the top, like meaning like going up like to space, I believe.
Fresher than the harvest, step up to the target, and that was just before he said that.
The garden.
Yeah, instead of wake up the flower or wake up and smell the flowers, wake up and smell the garden.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then he said, "I will never stop. Like I'm running from the cops, hopping in my car, and told my chauffeur to the top." What does that mean?
I'm assuming, I could be wrong, that he's going back to the whole Martian thing, like and going up like to space, just get me like all the way up. But I could be wrong.
I don't think it's that. I think it's something else, but I'm not getting it. I think like I'm running from the cops, hop in my car, and told my chauffeur to the top. Maybe, I don't know, maybe because like you said, he's a Martian and spaceship, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but life is a roller coaster, then it drops, so I get that, like roller coaster, because you're going up. Yeah, exactly, but what should I scream for? This is my theme park. When you scream when you're on a roller coaster, but then it's his theme park.
Like I'm in control.
Yeah. My mind shine even when my thoughts seem dark, so shine when it's dark. Pistol on my side, you don't want to hear that thing talk, so I don't really like see that play together there, but I could be missing that. Let the king talk, check the price and pay attention. Lil Wayne, that's what they gotta say or mention, but I think he's just saying that everybody want to talk about him. Like Nevada in the summer, middle of the summer, hot.
Yeah.
I'm resting in the lead, so he says lead, I need a pillow and a cover. So
I don't know what he's referring to. I think
I thought it was lead, but then I heard him say lead.
Yeah.
Right, because lead would go with a pillow and a cover and a gun and all that, right? But,
yeah. I also the line before this was it the line before this where he was talking about the pistol? Oh no, it was a couple of them ago. Well, the only thing I was thinking is that the next one he talks about like being in first place and like doesn't need any breaks because he's like just gunning, right? So when he said I'm in the lead, maybe he's like referring to being first.
I'm resting in the lead, I need a pillow and a cover. Maybe he's just saying like I'm resting in the lead, I need a pillow and a cover. My foot's sleeping on the gas. no brake pads,
No
no
such
such
thing.
thing as last. So like you said, yeah, maybe he
won't come in last.
Yeah,
It's
he's
never
but
gonna
he's need to
stop.
sleep in a cover so he could just like take a nap and people still wouldn't
Yeah.
catch up to him type thing. I
Yeah.
think that's what he's saying.
True. I don't know. A lot of open to interpretation
Yeah,
there.
that's very true. It's very much open to interpretation. May not mean nothing to y'all, but understand nothing. Oh wait, no,
This is the
that was the hook. Yeah.
yeah.
Such thing as last. It may not mean nothing to y'all. Understand nothing was done for me.
Okay, so we got the first three artists, right? We got Drake, Lil Wayne, and Kanye.
Yep.
So far, I would say
Saving the best for last.
we know Eminem's right next to come. I don't really know. I don't think
Who's your favorite so far?
I'm probably gonna catch haters on this one for saying what I'm thinking. I didn't really like Wayne's verse all that much because and this is probably because I wasn't.
Just cryptic to me.
It's very
what
cryptic.
are you even talking about, dude?
It's cryptic, but like I don't know. I felt like some of the other bars were more clear cut. Maybe like I'm just looking at it too surface level and it's a real deep verse and I'm missing it. But
Yeah.
I felt Drake and Kanye were surface level. That's why I'm expecting even Eminem's to be somewhat surface level.
Especially the nature of the track.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Is everything's kind of surface level. So that's why I'm assuming Lil Wayne's was surface level. If that's the case, I'm not a huge fan of Lil Wayne. Not that I'm not a huge fan of Lil Wayne's verse, but I would say that's my least favorite out of the three. And I would say Drake's was like a little more. His delivery was really good and his cadence was really good, but I felt like Kanye's verse itself was probably a bit better in what he was saying in the verse. So I would probably put cadence, delivery for Drake, and then for
actual lyricism.
For lyrics, I'd probably put Kanye in there, which is a surprise because I don't really consider Kanye a huge lyricist. But
half the time, Kanye, I'm like, what are you even saying, dude?
But we also don't like haven't done a lot of Kanye tracks with his lyrics in front of us to know what he's saying, right? So, and he's got a big catalog of stuff, right? So his production is usually what people think about and look at, but Kanye probably has some, good tracks as well, lyrics wise.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I would probably put it so far: Kanye number 1, Drake number 2, Lil Wayne number 3. That's not to say that's what I think about Lil Wayne. Don't
as a whole.
Don't think that I'm saying Lil Wayne isn't as good as the other rappers. I like Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
But on this track, that's where I would say it. What about you?
Yeah, I would say for me, I'd probably tie Drake and Kanye at number 1 because, like you said, I think they both did different things better than the other. Well, I don't think Lil Wayne's is the greatest. And I'm a bigger Lil Wayne fan than you are, and I even think that.
If we even go out for dinner, she'll copy me with that too. What are you getting? What do you want? I don't know. What are you getting?
Anyways. I didn't copy you. I said tied. You said 1 and 2.
Oh, okay.
So anyways. Those two are tied. Lil Wayne is third, just because I was a little bit confused. But like I said, it could just be that I don't know what he's talking about. Sometimes I feel like he's very easy to follow, and I'm like sick bar, and other times I'm like, sorry, what? So.
Okay, so we've got our first 3. We'll see if Eminem takes the cake on it. Last verse.
So I don't plan on stopping at all. I want this shit forever, mine, ever mine, ever mine. I'm shutting shit down in the mall. And telling that girl she the one for me. And I ain't even planning the call. I want this shit forever, mine, ever mine, ever mine, ever mine. There they go, back in stadiums, the shady spits flow. Nuts they go, macadamian they go, so ballistic, whoa. He can make them look like bozos, he's wondering if he should spit this slow. Fuck no, go for broke, his cup just runneth over, oh no. He ain't had him a boss like this since the last time that he overdosed. They've been waiting patiently for Pinocchio to poke his nose. Back into the game and they know rap will never be the same as before. Passing in the brains of these hoes and establishing a name as he goes. The passion and the flame is ignited, you can't put it out once we light it. This shit is exactly what the fuck that I'm talking about when we riot. You dealing with a few true villains who stand inside of the room, true spilling and spit true feelings until our true feelings come flying up out of our mouths. Never mind it. Payback, motherfucker, for the way that you got at me. How's it taste? When I slap the taste out of your mouth with the bass so loud that it shakes the place. I'm Hannibal Lecter, so just in case you're thinking of saving face, you ain't gonna have no face to say by the time I'm through with this place. So Drake, it may not mean nothing.
Yeah, Eminem got that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, his flow was, I think, on point, impeccable. Delivery was on point.
Lots of bars in there.
Got some bars in there. So I would say I don't even have to like go back and like check the bars too much on it to say what I thought.
Damn.
But it's not surprising. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I think this was on the point where Eminem was trying to make his comeback, so to speak,
Yeah,
right from
like,
his
time off. And all
yeah.
of
So
the
not
recovery
surprised
stuff.
he's sounding very hungry on the track, right? So we've got they go packing stadiums as Shady spits his flow, nuts. They go macadamia nuts. They go so ballistic. Whoa. Wondering if it should spit this slow. F no. Go for broke. His cup just runneth over. Oh no, he ain't had him a buzz like this since the last time he overdosed. So that's a nice line, I think, because he's saying he's go for broke now. So his cup runneth over. So his cup is like filled to the top, which you would then get a buzz from drinking too much. Right?
And then he hasn't felt like that since he overdosed.
Since he overdosed, and he's got this huge buzz now that he's going for broke in the game, because we just said that he's making his comeback. So they, like Pinocchio, focuses his name, action in the brains. I think I just skipped some, but whatever. And establishing a name as he goes. The passion and the flame is ignited. You can't put it out once we light it. You're dealing with few true villains who stand inside of a booth, truth spilling. Like, say that couple of times fast. You dealing
Tongue
with
twister.
a few true villains who stand inside of a booth, truth spilling. Like, that's nasty. That's overlooked. Like, in that, the way he puts that together.
It's definitely challenging to say that.
And spit true feelings until our tooth fillings come flying up in our mouth, and now rewind it. Now, so slap the taste out of your mouth with the bass so loud that it shakes the place. I'm Hannibal Lecter's, so just in case you're thinking of saving face, you ain't gonna have no face to save by the time I'm through with this place. So
I'm gonna eat your face.
I'm gonna bite your face off, basically, is what he's saying, and he did that. So you're by the time I'm through with this place. So Drake, what's up, man? And then into the hook, right?
Killed it. Yeah.
Never mind. I'm shutting shit down in the mall. And telling that girl she the one for me. And I ain't even planning the call. I want this shit forever mine, never mind. There they go, back in stadiums, the shady spits his flow. Nuts they go, macadamia they go, so ballistic, whoa. He can make them look like bozos, he's wondering if he should spit this slow. Fuck no, go for broke, his cup just runneth over, oh no. He ain't had him a buzz like this since the last time that he overdosed. They've been waiting patiently for Pinocchio to poke his nose. Back into the game and they know rap will never be the same as before. Passion in the brains of these hoes and establishing a name as he goes. The passion and the flame is ignited, you can't put it out once we light it. This shit is exactly what the fuck that I'm talking about when we riot. You dealing with a few true villains who stand inside of the booth, true spilling and spit true feelings until our true feelings come flying up out of our mouths, never mind it. Payback, motherfucker, for the way that you got at me, how's it taste? When I slap the taste out of your mouth with the bass so loud that it shakes the place. I'm Hannibal Lecter, so just in case you're thinking of saving face, you ain't gonna have no face to say by the time I'm through with this place. So Drake. It may not mean nothing to y'all. Understand nothing was done for me.
That's the hook fade out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that whole part where he's talking about like his teeth, your teeth coming out, because then he says that he's gonna use the bass to smack the taste out of your mouth. So I think it's like everything's like kind of going all together with the scheme of the mouth and your teeth, and like the way he's spitting, he's gonna knock the taste out of your mouth and the teeth out of your teeth fillings out of your mouth, your whole
eat your face
with the bass and all that kind of stuff, right? So.
You're gonna have no teeth. You're gonna have no face. You're gonna
Because
slap.
he's coming at you, coming for your head, basically, right?
Yeah.
So I think clearly Eminem ate that. It was a really nice verse. Listening back to it again, the second time, appreciating some of the compound rhymes, some of the cadence that he's delivering when he's putting that rhyme scheme together.
Yeah.
I think that's head and shoulders above everybody else in the verse. I really didn't think that was the case when I kind of listened to this song. I thought like Eminem had a good verse and everything, but I never really felt like Eminem destroyed everybody on the track as it seems like I feel now.
Yeah. Has it always been with all of these people on it, or was this a remix that was made after? Because I remember, I mean, I could be wrong, because it's a long time ago, but when I used to listen to it initially, it was just Lil Wayne and Drake.
I think they had an initial one, and then they did the remix with Eminem on it. Okay. I think it was a hit record by Drake and Lil Wayne first, and then they did a remix because it was a big hit record. So who knows how that played out?
Or maybe it was just the three of them and not Eminem. Initially.
Yeah, that could have been it too. Yeah. But anyways, regardless, I think that because this I remember this being on the radio with Eminem's verse as well. So regardless, it's a good song. Obviously, I think listening back to it, there's more to it than I thought there was initially, and I appreciate this song more.
I would agree.
Now I think it's definitely better. I think Eminem's probably his underrated verse of his, like I said, because it's a more commercial track.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for me, I'd put Eminem first. Then I'd put, and like I said, it's not generally a competition, but in terms of what I preferred in the song, I would put Eminem first, Kanye second, Drake third, Lil Wayne fourth, and but everybody's by a very close margin. It's other than Eminem, which is he's probably head and shoulders above the rest.
Yeah.
Same?
Yeah, probably. I mean, like I said, I thought I would tie Lil Wayne and Kanye West. I didn't love one of them more than the other. I thought different things were good about them, like you had said. So I would say Eminem, the other two, and then Lil Wayne.
Okay.
But I do agree that I like it better now, having to actually look at it and go through it, and hearing it so much later. Because similarly to you, I was kind of at the time ugh, not this again. I don't want to hear this again, right?
Yeah, it was played out, right?
When it first came on, I just remember being at the gym on the elliptical listening to it. So, 10 years ago.
She was getting her barbells in with the bars.
My cardio.
Right?
But,
So
good
yeah,
song.
that's Forever
A
with
party song.
with a little more Eminem on the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Be sure to like and subscribe. Comment, let us know any tracks that you want us to do. Go check out our other videos. We got a lot on there,
Lots
a lot
on
of
there
different
now.
styles, and we're putting up more every single week. So, like I said, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back soon. For now, take care.
See you guys in the next one.